Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. I know it's been a while since I've done an actual review. I've been sort of addicted to doing the live streams. But I had a few people ask what would be my first review in the new place. I figured since I moved, I wanted to rewatch this film again, and this film is more like a documentary than anything after what I've been through. Moving. A Richard Pryor film from 1988. If you're wondering, there's a little fan noise. I do have a fan up there. And that's what that is. But moving from 1988, Richard Pryor, this is the time when he found out he had MS. So he's not as lively physical-wise as maybe he was in the past. You could tell he was getting a little bit thinner. See No Evil, Hear No Evil, which came out a year after this, I thought worked the best when he was in that state, maybe because he's playing a blind person, so he was able to hide that. The Worst Case Sally's Another You, which is the last film he did with Gene Wilder, and Sally, to me, Richard Pryor's worst film. It was sad to see him in that movie. Critical Condition I enjoy, but there are moments in that where you can see he looked a little bit dazed. I like Critical Condition, which came out the year before this, but that was one of my little. It's hard to say nitpicks because it's not Pryor's fault. It's just the affliction he had, so you can't really blame him for it. This one, I thought maybe other people could notice it more, but I couldn't. The story is very relatable. Richard Pryor, he gets fired, and one of the funniest bits is he tries to flip off the guy, and he does this, and he's like, the wrong finger. I gave the man the wrong finger. I can't believe I gave him the wrong finger. I tried to give the middle finger, and I gave him this. And that's a running joke, is that when people try to flip off, he does this instead of this. At the time, he has this asshole neighbor played by Randy Quaid. They live in New Jersey. His daughter is Stacey Dash. He has two sons who are twins. And of course, he has a wife. And he gets fired, doesn't know what to do, and he gets a new job thanks to Dave Thomas. Now, Dave Thomas, you may remember him. He was the star of Strange Brew with Rick Moranis. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's like, hey, we have a new opportunity for you, but it's in Boise, Idaho. So the family doesn't want to move. Believe me, I know how that goes. And they make the trip down there. I would like to have seen a little bit more trouble during the car trip, because believe me, there's going to be some hassles and some laughs and fun out of that predicament from going from point A to point B. But it's mainly packing things up, and then the third act sort of things getting there and things were not how they should have been. But like I said, and you know what? Gary Franklin of KABC TV Los Angeles said it best. Anyone who has ever made a long-distance move will identify and laugh, and that is definitely true. Whether dealing with movers who are not the best, stuff breaking, things and mishaps happening, getting to your place as not how you thought it was going to be. Like with this place, the floor's not done at all when you assumed it was. There were cockroaches, which they don't have any of that this, but other things happen. And there's a lot of good laughs to be had in this film. There's his wife when he finds out they're moving, and there's a swear jar, and she's just putting down dollar after dollar after dollar. It's like a quarter for each swear. And he's telling the kids, leave the room. And she just keeps slapping down money. I said, leave the room. She still keeps slapping down money for the onslaught of verbalness she's going to get from Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor, I love the guy. I'm actually a big fan of his movies. I know a lot of people thought his movies didn't live up to his stand-up. I enjoy quite a few of his stand-up. I have it over here, live on the Sunset Strip, and live in concert, and Here and Now. But I also enjoy his movies. I like The Toy. I actually haven't seen this film yet. I was waiting to do maybe a Richard Pryor marathon one day. There's See No Evil, Hear No Evil is my absolute favorite. I enjoy Bustin' Loose. I enjoy Critical Condition. I enjoy some of the other Gene Wilder Pryor films like Silver Streak has its moments. Stir Crazy has some fun to it. This would easily be in my top 5 favorite Richard Pryor movies. It was a lot of fun watching it today. Like The Movers, one of them is King Kong Bundy, the wrestler. You have a funny bit at the beginning where Richard Pryor's imagining kicking his neighbor's ass. And believe me, I know how that goes because not here now, but back where I used to live, I had asshole neighbors that I wanted to beat the shit out of. And he imagines himself beating Randy Quaid up in this karate style dream. They're trying to find a new place, and I swear one of the places they looked very similar to this place. The first place that's like in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, holy shit, that almost looks like this place. And they get this place, and the former owner's like, oh, we're going to take the windows, we're going to take the doors, we're going to take the stairs. And some of the stuff, they're like, oh, we're just joking. But then when they do get there, the owners really did take everything. They took the fucking stairs, they took the fucking doors, and Richard Pryor has the key, and he just throws it away. Rodney Dangerfield, I forgot he was in this film because I have not seen this film in a while. Rodney Dangerfield has an appearance. So it was cool to see Rodney and Pryor in the same scene together. And he's the guy that they're going to get credit from the bank. And he's like, well, let me tell you, buddy, if we win this horse race, well, your credit's approved. Dana Carvey's in the film. He's the guy who Pryor hires to drive his good car while the family takes the more older car. And Dana Carvey acts like he's the perfect guy. He doesn't drink alcohol. He only drinks lemonade. And there's even a part where Pryor's like, thank you. But then later on, after he's taking the car, they find a magazine where they find out Dana Carvey's character has like 8 personalities. He's a multiple personality disorder. There's a part of the film where Pryor's trying to take the dish off the roof, and he gets fucking stuck up there. The movers, they're breaking shit, and they're like, oh, the leg just jumped off of this broken table. When they get there, the neighbor is another Randy Quaid. It's like a twin who's also a dickhead with a big-ass lawnmower. Dana Carvey gets there, and the whole car's fucked up. I forgot this film was rated R, by the way. And you come to find out with the usage of fuck words. I don't know why. I guess I assume this was PG, or I think there was PG-13 at the time. So I just assumed it was like PG-13. I forgot this is an R-rated comedy, but it was fun to see Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey from Wayne's World, you don't really hear him say the F word, so it was kind of fun because he's in one of his other personalities when he gets the car there. And there's a lot of good lines of dialogue, like Dana Carvey, oh, the Pope did this. Don't let the hat fool you, the Pope's a crazy fucker. Or before that, when Pryor has a lot of good moments in this. Like he goes, they took the goddamn kitchen! Or when he threatens Dana Carvey, you better get out of town before I find a gun and get 8 bullets into it and kill all crazy 8 of you sons of bitches. And he has like a little teddy bear that Dana Carvey likes, and Dana Carvey's like, you're squeezing Teddy. And Pryor goes, I'll kill him too. And again, the shit let continues, and believe me, I know how that goes, because it seems like it's not just one thing, it's like 15 fucking things going on. And he loses his job the first day, and Pryor just has had enough. And, I lived in Richard Pryor's body in a way. I lived vicariously through Pryor, where he wanted to get revenge, and I don't know where the fuck he got the guns at. And that's the thing, if you did this nowadays, well, even back then, critics took a shit on it. It bombed at the box office. I mean, this is probably one of the only critics that liked the film. I think I'm the only person on YouTube that ever reviewed the movie. It gets a 6.2, which is decent on IMDb, but, well, the New York Post says a house full of laughs. That's cool. But nowadays, oh, it's too silly, it's too un-PC, how could he have guns? It's the 80s, he's just supposed to have fun and be entertained. But movies, movies forget that nowadays. I think that's one of the problems with movies. They forget to be entertaining. They have to be, I don't know how to put it, worry about politics, or worry about realism, or worry about will it offend anyone, or all sorts of shit. But he gets the war paint on, the bandana, he chases the movers down, he beats all their ass, including King Kong Bundy. He has some funny lines. Well, you crazy? That's right, fuckhead, I'm crazy. He gets his boss, Dave Thomas, and tells him, listen, we can do this. It scares the shit out of him, and gets his job back. I would have liked one more bit where he goes to the people who took all the stairs and the doors and threaten them too. It'd be like, I want my shit back. I want it up there. I want my doors back. Or your ass is grass. That's one thing I would like to have seen in the third act. Because he makes like one quick phone call, but that's like before things really get going. That's one bit. I would like to like get on those previous owners who lied to him and really, I don't know, smack the one guy in the face or something. Or shoot out his office like, I want my stuff back. But he does get his furniture back. And he tells his wife, I found her shit. I brought our shit home. This is our shit. And then, the character has an arc. He's finally found his backbone. He's not going to take it anymore. He threatens Randy Quaid and says, I want you to take this big red motherfucker and put it back in your garage. I want you to buy a human-sized lawnmower. And even his dog, who's been sleeping like the dead the whole time, he's had enough of the move and threatens Randy Quaid. So the dog, in a weird way, even has an arc. Because there's a fun bit before where they put a piece of glass to show he's breathing. He's still alive, Dad. Then we're taking him with us. But this is a film that Richard Pryor, I thought, worked well with the lady who played his wife. I think that's Beverly Todd. Yeah, nice to see recognizable faces. Dave Thomas, Randy Quaid, Dana Carvey, King Kong Bundy, Rodney Dangerfield. I really like the score by Howard Shore. Howard Shore, this is a guy who worked with like Cronenberg, I believe, like The Fly and stuff. I love the opening and ending themes. That it fit the film well. It was nice to listen to. Again, Pryor was a lot of fun. The stuff with the movers trying to sell the house, the difficulties. Again, I would have just liked a bit more on their road trip, like maybe some mishaps there. I don't know, maybe they thought it'd be too much like National Lampoon's Vacation if they did that, but at least a couple. And like maybe one or two more bits in the finale where he really tells it to the previous owner, I want my stairs back, I want my doors back. Sally, no features. I mean, this is on... It doesn't have a DVD by itself. It's part of a two-pack. Two movies on the same disc. And this film's never going to be on Blu-ray. Sad to say. I mean, come on. You don't even have it on its own fucking disc. Really? That's just the shits. But yeah, like I've repeated quite a few times in my streams, this film felt like a documentary. And It was a lot of fun, very entertaining. If you've never seen Moving and you like Richard Pryor, it's definitely worth a look. I miss this man. He had so much talent, so much comedy skills. And like I said, I was a fan and still am a fan of his movies. I mean, I have them over there. See No Evil, Hear No Evil is my favorite. Bustin' Loose is great. Stir Crazy. Brewster's Millions I reviewed when I did my John Candy marathon. So yeah, Moving, good score, quite a few laughs, good cast, and very relatable. You can say sad to say, but this is a lot of fun to watch movie. If you haven't seen it in a while, definitely check it out. Underrated film. Underrated 80s film that no one ever talks about. Again, if I go on YouTube, I just want to see real quick. I mean, think about it. I mean, you have like 5 million reviews of the latest fucking comic book movie. But I would take this film over any comic book film in the past few years. Yes, I can say that with a seriousness to my demeanor. And it's not nostalgic because I didn't grow up with this film. I didn't see this film when I was a kid. I saw this film, I don't know, whenever I picked this DVD up, probably 5 years ago, maybe. So it's not nostalgia. I just think it's a fun and funny comedy. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I want to type in Moving and what's on YouTube for Moving. Buyers beware. Be sure to agree to each detail when buying a house. That scene from Moving where they say, well, we're going to take the stairs. But they only say just kidding to a couple stuff. Trailer from Retrovision. House of Hanan. And Richard Pryor doesn't know what it means. And the guy's like, your dick. To the left. Or when he gets fired and they ask him 50 questions, it's like, I just sharpened my pencil. Yeah, not a single fucking person has reviewed this film on YouTube. Not a single fucking person. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Moving. Like I said, underrated comedy from the 80s. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later.